So hey, today in this video I will be sharing with men, specifically men, one step that men need to do to improve their intimate life. Now, this can be true for men that are not already in an intimate relationship. Maybe you're in the dating scene. You could see this as one amazing dating tip. And it also is for men that have been in a relationship, maybe, medium to longer term, and somehow it's lost some of its energy, it's lost some of its sparkle. This will get it back. So one simple thing. So hey, I'm Tony V here from the 10-10 movement, assisting you in areas of life where you may be struggling to move them towards more success. We call it living a more 10 out of 10 life experience. So what is this one thing that would improve your levels of intimacy with your woman? So, I said it's easy. It is easy. It's easy to say. It's not so simple to do. But here it is. What you need to do is you need to imagine that you've got a dial on your, let's call it your chest. You could call it your heart area, yeah? And this dial affects your masculine energy. So sadly, what has happened over the last, well, let's just say since the swinging 60s back in the last century, the male dial, the healthy male dial as I call it, has somehow got turned down, and to the point where it's actually, switched a switch, and male masculinity, healthy male masculinity has literally been switched off. So my one thing you can do, which will change everything, because trust me men, this is what women want more than anything. Now, women's heads may not agree with this, but there's an innate part of us, a sort of a, let's call it an animal part or an ancient part of us, where men are born as men and women are born as women, and together they come together to create, well, beautiful love, beautiful intimacy, magical moments together throughout your life. That's what most people are searching for. But the challenge is, if men have turned their male dial right down or indeed switched it off and somehow become more feminine, then trust me men, women are less attracted to that. So I'm going to tell you a story, in fact, two stories, and I'm going to ask you to think about which one women would prefer. So man rings woman, says to woman, "Would you like to go out tonight?" She says yes. And just want you to notice that he's asked a question. It can be answered yes or no, because the truth is she could say no. So we have this sort of thing which is called don't bring no into play. So don't ask questions where she can say no. Yeah? And also you're giving her the baton where she can say no. She's in the decision mode, yeah? Now, hear me out, yeah, hear me out. So, you ring her up and say, "Would you like to go out tonight?" She says yes. And then you say to her, "So, where would you like to go? Would you like to go," let's assume we're taking her out for a meal, "would you like to go for like an Indian, Chinese, or would you like to go to the steakhouse? Which one would you like?" And she says, "I'd rather go to the Chinese." So then you say, yeah, okay, so could you ring up and book a table for two? Okay, that's scenario number one. Scenario number two, now that scenario is a little bit feminine. And why is it feminine? It's what men have come to think women want. We're thinking that if we ask her what she'd like to do, that's the right thing to do. That's the way to get more intimate with her. But actually, innately in a woman, trust me, modern women might put up a bit of a fight over this, but inside, let's hear out number two. Number two is you ring up your woman and you go, "Darling, I'm taking you out tonight." See, that's a statement. I'm taking you out tonight. I'm taking you somewhere special. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to get dressed up, put your best dress on, make yourself, you look amazing anyway, but just make yourself be amazing tonight. I'm going to pick you up at 7:30 and I'm taking you somewhere really special. It's a big surprise, okay? So just be ready at 7:30. I'll pick you up then. See you later. Now, I have asked thousands of women in front of men. Sometimes we've had men on this side and women on this side, and I've said to the women, which one of these would you prefer? Phone call number 1, that's what I call the feminine man. And then there's option number 2, where the man rings up and goes, darling, I'm taking you out tonight. We're going somewhere really super special. Get dressed up. I'm picking you up at 7:30. See how that's got more male energy. It's got certainty in it. Now, the innate part of the woman men, they love that certainty, because what women need to do, what they want to do, they're very vulnerable creatures. Their innate sense of vulnerability is there. And what's happening then when we turn our male dial down, remember it's healthy male, this is not aggressive alpha male. This is solid, certain masculinity, solid and certain in yourself. When you turn that down, a woman has to turn hers up, because you're not there to protect her. Now, look, a lot of people accuse me and my beautiful wife Nikki V of sharing this and saying it's sort of all old-fashioned. But trust me, the innate part of the human, the bit that makes the spark, that makes intimacy great, is when the man's been masculine and the woman is being feminine, because nature made it that way. It made us that way so that we connect. So if men start being feminine, we'll start to see women taking control, taking charge, they're doing what we should be doing, they're being more masculine. And trust me, this has very little connection to it. It works maybe for short term, but over the long term, it's sort of a gap grows between you where you're not in your natural energy, you're in your opposite to natural energy. So there you go, that's my one single tip. I want you men to go out there, I want you to turn your male dial switch on, turn that dial up, be loving, kind, caring, giving, all of those things, but be certain in yourself, and you will be more intimate with your woman than you ever thought possible. So that's it really. If you've got something great out of this video and you'd like to see more in the 1010 movement videos, please hit the subscription button and also the notification bell. And if you would like to know more about love, sex and intimacy, as we sometimes call it, you're going to see another video in the 1010 movement series about this sort of stuff. And if you'd like to know more about the 1010 movement and to find out more about how in all areas of your life you could move from more of a struggle to more of a success, then watch the video down in the bottom left corner there. So that's it from me, Tony V. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.